welcome or welcome back to my channel. We will be doing my TBR for the month of November. I don't know how many books we're going to do this month. I'm hoping maybe I might do 7 because I didn't quite get through my last TBR when I chose 8. I even think I chose 9 to be honest. So I need to step it back a bit because I didn't quite get there this month. I do have quite a few of the same books and there is 1 or 2 new editions since last month, but I've not actually done any real book shopping. I've really been trying to save my money and read the books I've currently got because I have that many on my shelf and I don't need to buy any new books. We'll see how long that lasts. I'm hoping to try and hold out till like after Christmas when all the book sales go on, but we will see. I can't even say it with a straight face. Anyway, it is November, so I'm hoping to try and get a few fantasy books as well as also maybe 1 or 2 literary. I do think I need maybe some romance in there just because I have been really reading a lot of romance, but I've been going between romance and fantasy romance, so I haven't quite hit the fantasy bug yet, but I feel it coming. There are a couple that I've been keeping my eye on since they've been going quite popular and viral over the last few months, and they're sitting in my Kindle and I really want to read them, so I'm hoping I'll get some Kindle prompts in here so that I can choose them. And please don't look at my nails, I'm about to go get them done tomorrow, but I needed to film this so I could get this uploaded for tomorrow. Please ignore how dusty they look. Prompt number 1 for November. A book from the last reading vlog you watched. That is a really good one actually. Where is my phone? Here it is. Alright, so I usually only watch reading vlogs on YouTube. I sometimes watch them on TikTok, but they're usually too short for me. Like, I really love a good long reading vlog. The last reading vlog I watched was yesterday, which was Ellen Catherine's, and it's her subscribers choosing my reads for the week. And in the thumbnail for that video is Phantasma. I've been really wanting to read this. I do have it downloaded on my Kindle Unlimited, so I think I'm going to choose that as my first book. I do know that she had some very mixed opinions about it, but I've not heard any other mixed opinions besides hers. I've only heard good things. So I'm excited to go into it and see if it's something that I enjoy. All I know is that it's basically a fantasy world, a bit dark and twisted, but there's like trials. That's all I know at the moment. I'm thinking of a different book. That's not it. That's really all I know is that it's trials, so I'm definitely keen to read that. That'll be book number 1. I've made up my mind because I really want to read that. Prompt number 2. Oh, a book in your Kindle library. That's 2 books already for my Kindle, but do you know what? I'm not mad because I have been reading on my Kindle a lot more. I'm just going into my Kindle app on my phone because I do have quite a lot in here. I downloaded my Henry's new book, Looking Forward. I think it's way too soon. I'm definitely not going to read that. That'll make me literally bawl my eyes out, especially with the most recent news about Liam. Yeah, no, I'm going to hold off on that because I think that that's something that I need to read maybe a couple months down the line. Not right now. That's too soon. We do have Metal Slinger, which is another fantasy book I've seen going around. Nocticadia, that's another one. I know that that's a dark academia, but it's a forbidden romance, I believe. Spark of the Everflame. I've also got Quicksilver by Kelly Hart and When the Moon Hatched. The Winter King, The Sword of Cajun, The Poppy War. I've got so many books. Oh, I've got some fan fictions. I'm not in the mood for fan fiction. I've got also some romances, some MM romances. I've got Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed, which is, I believe, a hockey, some form of sport, spicy MM romance. And then I've also got In This Iron Ground, which is a werewolf MM romance. Slash fantasy. I'm really not sure. What's sticking out to me right now is The Winter King by C.L. Wilson. This is a book that's been recommended by Sarah J. Maas. She said that she had read this and it inspired a lot of her ACOTAR series. So I really wanted to read that this winter. And I feel like maybe that's something that it's calling to me. Yeah, I'm gonna go The Winter King. Only because I don't know why, but it's just calling out to me. Yeah, second book, Winter King. Alright, let's choose the third book. A book that everyone says is sad. I've heard that Unsteady by Peyton Corrin is actually a sad book. It's got a lot of mental health representation. I don't know if I would say that it's entirely sad, that it has probably some sad themes to it. I would say Small Worlds is. Anything, Kristen Hanna. Late Night by Vari McFarlane. A Man Called Ove. I've heard this is really sad. I think I'm gonna go with A Man Called Ove just because I know that this is definitely, I don't even know if it's how you say his name actually. Is it Ove or Ove? Something like that. But I know that this is 100% a sad book. I've seen so many people with this book in their sad reading vlogs, so it's definitely a sad book. So I think I'm gonna go with this just because I know 100% that this is sad. I can't believe I've got 2 books on my Kindle and 1 physical book so far. That's so strange that I'm trying to get rid of all my physical books and I've just not even picked any. Prompt number 4 is the first book on my Goodreads newsfeed from my TBR. I had this prompt last month, but I think I doubled that up, so I do have a couple of them in here. So the first book on my physical TBR is Unsteady. I'm actually surprised that that's there because I've never seen this on my newsfeed on Goodreads. Book number 4, that was an easy, quick one. I do know that this is a hockey romance, which obviously you can tell by the cover, and I don't know any other tropes. Okay, so the hockey team has been left with a concussion. Okay, and so he is a bit unsure that he's going to be able to skate again and be part of the hockey team, and Sadie ends up walking in on him having a panic attack and sort of steps in to help him there. They strike up an understanding, no questions, just comfort, and he finds himself being drawn to her. I didn't know anything about this book until I ended up posting it on my story after I had been gifted this by the publisher. A few people messaged me saying this book is incredible, like I'm gonna love it. And I also need to finish off that vlog with Ellen Catherine because she actually was talking about this book in it, and I just got to the point where she'd started reading this. Prompt number 5, so we have pick a book with a new to me author. Not Anna. I'm gonna go with I Who Never Know Man because I've been wanting to read this for a long time. It was on my TBR not last month, the month prior I believe, and I just keep meaning to pick it up. It's about these 40 women, I believe, who are encaged. Deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, these women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only vague recollections of their lives before. As the burn of the electric light merges day into night, the numberless years pass. A young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone, an outcast in the corner. But soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and the survival in this strange world that awaits them above. I feel like this is going to be like Handmaid's Tale kind of scenario where women are removed from all of their rights, and that's sort of like what I'm getting from this, especially that there are 40 women encaged. Very interesting synopsis. I don't know where this is going to go. I think it's going to be maybe a little bit of it. I don't know if this is going to be horror or like if this is just going to be... Actually, let me have a look. What is this? It says it's a vintage book. Okay, yeah, so it is a dystopian literary fiction classics. It's fantasy, science fiction, feminism, and it's set in France. Interesting. I would not have put all of that together. I did get a dystopian vibe, 100%. Like, that is what I'm feeling. That is book number 5. 2 more to go. Every time I sit like this, my back is killing. I'm like starting to realize my age every day more and more. Like, I'm almost 30. Like, I'm not 30, but I feel like I'm 30 already. I mean, I'm 27, almost 28, but it feels like my back is at the age of 50. I feel the aging creeping up on me. Prompt number 6. A book that is popular right now. I might go to The Striker, only because this is a new release for Anna Huang's new series. I haven't read a book of hers in maybe 2 years, I would say. Not read any of her new releases. The last book I read of hers was King of Wrath. I have like mixed feelings about her as an author, but I was gifted this book by the publisher, so I'm gonna give this a go. Only thing is, it is a very long book. Like, this is almost 600 pages. Yeah, 575. I don't have high hopes, but I'm also interested to see if she's still an author that I would continue reading, or if I know that I was right in my decision by stopping reading her books. Like, this will be my second chance to her. Book number 6. We'll do one last prompt, only because I don't want to outstretch myself with too many books like I did last month. I knew as soon as I'd finished my TBR, I was like, this is just way too much for the month of October, so November needs to be a little bit more reserved. Prompt number 7 is a book you were recommended by someone. Honestly, my entire TBR. A book that I can remember being recommended to me directly by Hayley Pham is a Last Night by Valerie McFarlane. Not directly, but you know what I mean. I got the recommendation from her on her YouTube. Rachel Catherine has recommended this book and this series. I think it's a trilogy. I am leaning towards this. It is about a princess where her sister gets like into a forced marriage with the king, and he is the king of the dark shadows. She's basically like given up to him. Princess Faraine, I think that's how you say her name, Faraine. Her chronic illness makes her a liability to the crown, and she has learned to give up her place to her beautiful, favoured younger sister. When the handsome and enigmatic Shadow King comes seeking a bride, Faraine is not surprised that her sister is his choice. Though not eager to take the human bride, King Vor is willing to do what is necessary for the sake of his people. When he meets the lively princess Isabel, he quickly agrees to a marriage agreement. So why can't he get the haunting eyes of the older sister out of his head? It sort of drew me to it, like I kind of want to choose this one. That's the only recommendation that I can think of that she has given me. The rest of these I'm like, I just know of these books. Can't remember the exact person who else has given me a recommendation for them. I think I'm gonna go Bride of the Shadow King. It spoke to me, it's one that I remember, and I really want to read it. This is the final book. I need to stop myself because I had so much fun picking out all of the prompts but not realizing that I actually have to physically read the books. So I'll quickly go through all of them together. So from Kindle Unlimited we have Phantasma and the Winter King, Bride of the Shadow King, The Striker, I Who Have Never Known Men, Unsteady, A Man Called Ove. That is the final TBR. I can't believe I don't have a Kristen Hannah book. I think this is the first month in maybe 3 months that I've not had one on my physical TBR. I probably will still read one in the month of November. I do have 3 more left here. Winter Garden, Firefly Lane, and Wild. So comment down below which Kristen Hannah book I should read this month as a separate book to read, because it'll still happen. I've been reading all of her books. I'm getting one a month. I'm savoring them. It wouldn't be a Tash video without the sun at least disrupting some of the video. So I'm going to have to end up the video here before it gets really bad. Love you and leave you here, and I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you guys in my next video.